The paranormal world is one of moving shadows. Strange figures hidden just out of sight. Supernatural phenomena usually offers more questions than answers. Spirits, demons, and the undead. Join us as we journey into the darkness with researchers, investigators, psychics, or mediums, each one getting us one step closer to the truth. I'm Sean Wagner, and these are the Paranormal Files. Hey everyone, welcome back. We are back live as well. This is not a pre-recorded show. How you doing? As always, Mike Purcell, my co-host. How you doing, Mike?
I am good, and it's glad to be back, to be live, and I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. And let me tell you, I am so excited for this show. I say this every time, but every time we have some great guests. I mean, I'm already got the goosebumps, the hair standing on the back of my head, and I could talk for hours.
Oh yeah, this is definitely one to where that will occur for certain. We have such a great guest. Without further ado, we'll get into bringing her on here in a moment. And also, she gave me an impromptu mini reading when I first spoke to her, and she gave Michael an impromptu reading just before we came on stage as well. And she was right on with my stuff. She is a psychic medium, remote viewer, shaman healer, medical intuitive, and animal communicator. Our guest today is Lorie Johnson. How you doing, Lorie?
Hi, how are you? I'm good, thank you. Thanks
Great.
for having me on. I'm honored. It's been a while. I kept breaking it apart.
Yes, something always happened. But thanks for sticking it out as well on your part as well. And we appreciate you coming on. Also, this show is a super chat. If you don't mind, consider giving us a like and a share on Facebook, or thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell so you'll be notified of future broadcasts on YouTube. That also helps us with the algorithm on YouTube. And if you have any questions along the way, please put them in all capital letters. I figured this time we're going to talk to her first for the first part of the show, or first half hour, 40 minutes, and then we'll get into mini readings, I figure. But always, it's Paranormal Files in the Darkness on Thursday night. We're almost to Friday, so that means it's time for our toast.
Here we go. Here's a good show and a great weekend.
Absolutely.
Right here.
All right. Well, if you're more than just a psychic medium, can you tell us about some of the other stuff you do as well?
Well, I was born gifted as like my mother and my father. They both denied it. It started with my father's father, just by the stories though, because I was about a year old when he passed. And I'm not telling you what year, no, 67, a year after I was born. So my father would tell stories because he's Cherokee Indian. He's 100% Cherokee Indian. And my father would say that, he would tell you, he could tell when you died, where you died, and how you died. I have that gift too. I don't do it. I'm not God. I'm not going to play it. I just turn it to the better, to prolong your life and keep you happy. That's my number one thing. My father, he was a trip. My dad was most definitely a jack of all trades. He was in the Navy, and he fought Cassius Clay before he was Muhammad Ali. Look him up. He's lefty, even though he's a right-hander. He hit left, and I'm left-handed.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And he fought Muhammad with Cassius Clay.
Yeah, Cassius Clay. Yeah.
Sorry.
My dad said he was. I apologize. I'm a redhead, honey. You have to walk over me. Seriously. I'm the only redhead in the family. Both parents, coal black hair. My dad looked like Elvis, act like Elvis, sang like Elvis. Where I got my red hair, I don't know. I keep saying the stork took me to the wrong house, but Dad, you know, when I go live on the, the events I go to, I do live events, and everybody asks, what about Lorie Johnson? What about you? Well, I have 7 brothers and 2 sisters. I'm the third. I'm the oldest girl. There's 4 boys older than me, and then there's a set of twins after me, and then there's 5 after that. So I always tell everybody, my dad didn't have a cold winter, or he was a jackrabbit. I don't know yet. That was a joke, guys. You can laugh.
I'm.
Dark humor. I got it from my father. But yeah, I knew that there was something different about me. With my mom, her mother is second cousin to Queen Elizabeth, and we already know about not everything about them, but you know what I mean. I don't believe everything that's being said. They're not aliens. But they're not aliens. Some of them are creepy, but they're not aliens. My grandmother.
But you're actually related to like the royal family. Is what? Or
can I say I'm dishwater?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry, you broke up a little bit.
I was being funny. I said I'm dishwater.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My mom. Let's see. So my mom's mother is second cousin to Queen Elizabeth. That would make my mom the third, and I'm the fourth. So I'm still calling myself dishwater.
Dishwater. That's pretty cool.
Oh, thank you.
That's what I think.
She's 81 and on Valentine's. She's still alive. And she talks a little bit about her spirituality, but she will not admit it. Will not. She doesn't want it. When a year after my dad passed, and my dad passed in 06, he was 67. She came to stay with me, and we were sitting at my dining room table, and I'm sitting on one wall, and she's sitting in front of me. All of a sudden, these people just started popping through, and I'm like, Mom, you have people behind you. Oh, really? Who are they? It's like she had eyes in her back, like I can see behind me. I don't need to turn. I can still see you. And I kept telling her, and she goes, oh, yeah, that's my Uncle Frank. He's an Italian. I loved him to death. Mom, you can see them, can't you? She goes, oh, yeah. But I don't want it. She says, Lorie, she said the F word. My mom don't say the F word a lot, but she said, I am tired of them coming out of my closet. They never shut up. And I said, Ma, don't you realize you're here for them to help give them their last words, or they're your guides to help you keep safe or healthy. I don't care. I don't want to hear them. And it was very weird because my youngest sister, Sherry, her daughter died in 99. And when my dad was passing, my mom saw Katie. She died 3 years and 8 months old with viral meningitis. And my mom saw Katie pop right through. She was standing right beside my father. So,
oh, wow.
I have, a lot of people don't realize, I saw my dad's soul leave him 3 days before he passed, before the body died. A lot of people don't realize that sometimes for us to be able to repent, yes, our souls release. If they release, our soul is forever. Our body is only temporary. But
I never realized
the soul leaves, and then go ahead.
That's surprising to me that your soul can actually leave before you're dead. I would have never thought that as a possibility.
The longer, okay, so say your grandparent has dementia or Alzheimer's or memory issues, can't remember it. That's the soul that detached itself. The soul's already detached. It just because the soul detaches doesn't mean the body dies. Sometimes we hold ourselves accountable for things and we have unfinished business. And that's what I deal with the dead is, souls that are lingering, earthbound, turmoil, I have no religion, excuse the pun. I do not, but I do have faith. I've seen Jesus Christ in person, and I've seen Archangel Michael in person. Jesus has blue eyes, no brown, and he has dirty blonde hair. I've seen him. And it was very weird because 3 days before my dad died, his body died, I saw Jesus walking. He was walking, and I looked at the gentleman that was driving. I said, "You saw that, didn't you?" He goes, "Yep."
Oh.
So it
That's
just
pretty
let me
cool.
know that, yeah, my brother, he died at 34, complications of HIV. And his body, he allowed his body he punished himself. And he had strokes, and they don't feel that. They do not feel that. They're just repenting, if that makes sense. Yeah. My world is weird. I don't know if everybody knows who I am. I'm way out there. I dissect everything. I love skeptics. I'd rather somebody be a skeptic and question everything and want to learn than jump in your lap and say, "Oh yeah, yeah." 99% of the TV shows out there are a bunch of crock. Excuse my pun. I already told you I was straightforward.
That's awesome. I completely agree with you. I mean, because it's very simple. If it wasn't entertainment, why you're not going to watch very long. And I have a lot
Well,
of videos of myself, nothing happening.
Oh, I watch those videos. In the beginning, 20 years ago, I started watching people's videos. People I was mentoring, and I was doing it all for free, and I got yelled at by my angels. You're born as a human. It's okay to live like a human. You're not responsible to take care of somebody else if you're not taking care of yourself. So it took me a long time to start charging people, and it made me feel real bad because I did. But I am human. I've got to pay my bills just like you do. Because I don't even feel. I'm an evidential. Evidential means I live it, I feel it, I see it, I smell it, I taste it. Everything about you, I live everything. Even though you're told, Michael, a little bit of neuropathy on it, I feel it. I feel it 10 times fold to tell the story so you can fix it.
Okay. Do you have a way to control what you hear and see, or is like I guess what I'm saying is, can you turn it off, or is it always on for you?
There is no such thing as turning it off. It's
Okay.
you have to remember, you're the boss applesauce. You could stop it yourself. I bless my home with the blood of Christ. I believe in God and I believe in Christ. There is a God, there is Christ, there is a heaven. Do we put ourselves through hell? Yes, we do. There's a lot of superstition stuff out there, and that's fine. That's to each his own. I don't judge anyone, because if we judge, we're being judged. You know what I mean? But I call myself a freak of nature. There is nothing I can't do. I've seen myself elevate. I've seen my soul walk out and say, "Get your butt up and let's go." So it used to bother me, but then if it bothers you, there's something that you're refusing to see in yourself. If you're attracted to people that want to argue all the time, don't look at it as an argument. Look at it as pain. A person does not want to argue unless there's pain within them, and they're coming to you because there's something within you they trust to understand, to help them. But a lot of us, like me as a redhead, we get stubborn. I'm done with this crap. I don't want to hear it, and we keep going, just like our mates. If you find yourself not finding a love, or these loves are ending up hurting you, it's not about what they're doing. It's about something that you're holding yourself accountable for. So it's like a balance. You know what I mean? It's a balance. We're putting ourselves accountable to it. We have to learn to forgive ourselves before we can be able to forgive another. You understand that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I can easily see that.
And I've heard that in the past. I mean, before you can forgive, you have to, be at peace or forgive your.
It took me a long time. A lot of people don't know that. I was an abused child. I'm not gonna say who. It wasn't my dad. I'm a daddy girl. So do I forgive her? Yeah, because it's God says He forgives the ignorant, so shall we. And I do. I love her. I love my mother. I forgive it, but I understand the sickness of it. You have to acknowledge what you did not like within a parent or a sibling or a mate, Because if you don't, you become it. You see,
Definitely.
like,
And that's, and I admit I have a problem in that regard myself.
God didn't put you in
And I
my
need to
path.
work. What'd you say?
I said God didn't put you in my path for no reason.
That is true.
Okay.
Because I definitely need to work on things in that regards in my life.
Yeah, I'm here. I love what I do. I love knowing that I'm trusted with it.
Can you tell us about some of the things that you do offer on your website and everything?
I do past life regressions. What you brought into this life comes from a past life. So I look and I take you on a path, and I talk to you, and we find out what the pain is. You're not allowed to tell me anything because we all have an opinion. We can also have denial. So what I do is I look and see what you brought in, why you're holding yourself accountable, not being able to find that love, or not being, business like where you want to be. I do see both of you in a business, but you're fearing yourselves. Just like, we fear a failure, but it's okay to fail because if we don't fail, you're not gonna grow. You have to fail. You have to fail. It took me a long time to realize that. It took me. I was chewing on everything and I was holding everything just to get on that stage because I was very shy, very quiet. I still am to a point, but when it comes to other people, I can stand up. When it comes to me, we still fight it. We still fight it, but we heal through helping others. But I do see both of you in a business, just letting you know.
No.
I would love to have my own business. I keep trying to think of something that I
I
could
see Michael
realistically
in
do.
some kind of construction. I don't know why, but you keep showing me bricks, and then you most definitely are a computer geek.
Oh,
But you
I'm
like,
sorry.
You said you saw me with bricks? Oh,
yeah.
wow. I that's interesting because I've never worked with cement or bricks before. I mean, that's
Get out of your norm. Get out of your norm.
wow.
Construction. Yeah. And then, Sean, I see you like a carpenter, artist. Most definitely an artist, painter. I love to paint, by the way.
Well, it's ironic. My
That's
father has actually done painting since he retired from his regular job of 40 years.
That's awesome.
So it's ironic you happen to bring that part up.
Well, you want to be like that.
And I've never been.
You want that
Go ahead.
recognition, baby. You want the recognition, and you love knowing what Dad does, but you don't want to be Dad, if that makes sense. So you have Dad's mouth and Mom's heart.
Yes, that's very true because I probably keep things to myself. I'll share that here. I don't say things out like I should. I'm very inside person.
They're having audio issues, guys. Rabbit Homesteading is having audio issues.
Yeah, they're saying they're having a hard time hearing you. Let's see. Rabbit on here says, I wish I could hear her better. Mic issues may be hard to understand some things. And I think Rabbit said it again here. Audio issues it is what it is. I mean, yeah.
Do you want to try? We can wait for a moment. You can exit out the studio and come back in, depending upon how you're using the microphone. Oh.
Okay, you're back. She froze for a minute there.
Yeah, so did Sean. Sean was breaking up really bad.
Okay.
All right. Hopefully, is it? Can you say something and we'll let chat say if it's better now, or
Can
we
you
could
hear me
have
now?
you.
Rod Simmons says, I think Bigfoot is a black man that is black man who lives in the woods. Yeah, no, he's not. He's celestial.
Okay, yeah, he can make you out. It's a little bit of a struggle yet, but he can make you out. Yeah, I guess we'll just have to keep going. Uh, oh well.
All right, so let's talk about Ghost of Shepherdstown. My show.
I'm sorry. The what?
Ghost of Shepherdstown, my show, my TV show.
Oh yes, yes. I'm sorry. Yes.
Okay.
That's fine. All right, so a year before I moved to, or we started filming, I was already in Shepherdstown, West Virginia. My cousin ended up living with me after 31 years of, distance of us, and she was pushed on to she was killed by a train, and two guys were chasing her. So a lot of paranormal stuff started happening. Um, and I want to say 90% of the stories were mine, that I had told, with the lady in the buggy, the child that was roaming, the college one. I did not. That was not me. That was them. People coming to them and telling them their story. We did have a lot of dramatizing in it, and I think that's good for shows, so people can understand, the reenactment of what they truly went through. When the first show, it was in the basement of the bakery. When I first went there, I smelled the smoke, and then I saw a child. And then when we were filming, we went downstairs, and I have the ability. There's no wall, there's no floor, there's no distance, there's no such thing as any of that. So there was a man, general, that was standing there that actually was the one he thought he was helping the military men that were getting wounded. He was amputating, but they were ending up bleeding to death. And he was stuck in his own hell. Hopefully that's okay to say, but his own hell. And I have a thyroid issue, and he grabbed a hold of my weakest part, and he started choking me. And I was like, that's invading my space. Don't do that. And he was trying to pull me back. If you saw the show when I was going up the step, I kind of hesitated because he was trying to pull me back. And then I had to take him back into his time and show him that we understand that he was trying to help, that he's not a bad guy. We already know that. Then we found out, I did a little bit of remote review and astral projecting, and the surroundings of where he was, because everything has a connection to something. And the knife and the scissors and everything that he was using was actually buried in the fire pit. And that's what was keeping him grounded and stuck. And I had to let him know that he didn't have to be stuck. And I deal with this every day with spirits that have been here for thousands of years, hundreds of years.
It's cool because really, Ghost of Shepherdstown was the first show that did an investigation of, for example, like a whole town, and that was a little unusual.
It was actually very wicked because the black entity that we were following, when I went into one of the shops, I always blessed the door, and then before and after, and it saw me. I saw it above, and it started breaking apart. It was just breaking apart, going into the seams, floors, the ceiling, everything. And I chased it, and then I told the priest that was there, Jeffrey Leeper, that was on the show, because I actually had him come on because he could, bless the area. And he went down, and he had bruises and scars and scratches all over his back. It was trying to crush him. It was trying to crush him. There's a lot of things they did not put in that show. And that's why a lot of people do not understand, you know, a lot of these shows. They're cutting a lot of the good stuff out, and they shouldn't do that.
All right. Sorry about the momentary delay. I had to comment on something going on in chat, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was doing the same thing. Can
Yeah.
you mute him?
I'm going to have to look into that.
Come on, what is going on?
Okay. Yeah. You're going to, yeah, Rod, we're going to have to, we're going to ban you.
Rod actually is talking about there's a witch in Shepherdstown. If he's talking about
Oh,
that
so
one,
this is legit.
yeah.
The woman on the show is an ugly witch for real. She is scaring me. That sounds like she's referring to something. He's referring to something right now.
Yeah, I don't care. Let him go. That's juvenile.
Let him go?
Yeah, let it go.
Okay. Because some of the other stuff was close to pornographic that he was commenting on. That's why.
With the Bigfoot stuff. So.
Yeah. Yeah, but there is a witch in Shepherdstown. I was actually there Halloween weekend. And I went to the exact same spot, and a friend and a team went with me, and it actually walked right into her trying to attack her because she's never been on an investigation outside of being in a home doing readings.
All right.
Yeah,
what was it? How was it to work with Nick Groff and I think Elizabeth Saint or something like that? I'm not sure what the last name was. I'm off on her last name. I'm sorry.
Elizabeth Saint, most definitely a very smart woman. Very, very, her techniques on the equipment stuff she was creating for the show. It was, I don't know, she just pizzazzed me. I really like her. I like her energy. She gets into her work very deep. Yeah, really, everything else there I love.
That's good. And how is Nick Groff to work with?
He's very deep into his work.
So there wasn't much like how you doing type talk. It was like total business pretty much.
No, he's actually a people person. I mean, he's silly. He's fun. You know, I'm not going to hang out with a bunch of kids. So.
Oh, well, that's true. I can see that. Yes, they were a little bit younger. Obviously, they were fairly young.
Nick is my daughter's age.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, I can see that would be a little awkward.
But they're funny. They're funny. You don't want me blunt on you. Oh, trust me.
All right. This next comment, that's it.
What did you say?
Talking about Bigfoot penis size and everything like that. That's why. That's enough. And he had multiple chances. So long, Rod.
It's probably Bill Hartley.
But anyway.
You didn't hear what I said, did you?
No, I missed what you said. What did you say?
Yeah, sorry about that.
I said it's probably Bill Hartley.
Oh, you think he'd come on the show and just be someone else and just...
Very juvenile, honey. Very juvenile, very rude. I don't like him. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't going to bring his name up at all.
No.
You're welcome, Rabbit, by the way. I should have done it sooner.
Well, we were trying to give him a benefit of the doubt, but he can't find a boyfriend, so he's got to be stupid on show.
he's more than likely still tuned in, so that's awesome.
I told you that was blunt. It made you laugh, so that's all it matters.
That is all that matters.
Yeah.
The show was really good. I mean, everybody was very professional on the show. Were we all close? I think so. I think we all work with each other very well. I love Elizabeth Saint. I like her work as far as the technician part. Very in depth, very in depth. Her and Nick were very, they got into a lot of parts that I would not even, $1 million wouldn't even got me to go in there. No way. Especially in, the tunnels and all that. Mm-mm. Nick actually was grabbed in one of the tunnels, and they wouldn't even let him out. It wouldn't let him out of it. It was just grabbing him, and we all had to hold on and pull him up. Yeah. It did not like anybody that was even remote spiritual, or it was you were after it.
Mm.
Was the police chief? Was he actually the real police chief for that town and everything? And people
At
actually
the
came to him
time,
and brought.
yeah. Well, he was actually being transferred from I think it was Hagerstown, right around the time that we had, getting together, and yeah, he knew the town very well, very well. Mike King, I know him very well. He's a good man. There was a lot of juvenile stuff that happened. You know what I mean? A lot of off camera competitive stuff, and it was very juvenile. But was the show
Amongst
real?
the
Yeah, I really loved my
amongst
show.
like the crew.
Say it
Or-
again.
I'm sorry, was it like amongst the crew and
It
that?
was-
Or
Well, it was all the above, honey. It was all the above.
okay,
But the thing is, when you're just nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect. But were we serious about the show? Yeah, really were. Especially Nick. When I was doing the remote and he was talking to the other people that went through the stuff. I've never seen anybody jump a mountain like he did. No, he's very, very serious in his work. Very serious.
well, I guess that's how he got to be on the shows he's been on, obviously, and everything. Obviously, that makes sense. What do you have going on? You've helped police. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I like doing the runaways, murder cases. I do them quietly. Right now, I'm doing a past 15 years case from the day one. I don't know if I'm allowed to say their name. Well, Libby and Abby in Delphi, the Delphi murders. I've been doing that from day one. I've gone and in person to look at the area and all. It's
You said the
Very
Adelphi
sad.
murders?
Yeah.
Where's that at?
I gotta look.
Because
It's Abby and Liberty. They were murdered. They were murdered.
okay. And the town's Adelphia?
Now hold on.
Oh.
Yeah, try not to hold on to things. When I do readings, don't worry about me remember because I don't. I let it go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we go do readings, just a reminder,
Indiana.
everyone.
Adelphi, Indiana.
Indiana. All right. Yeah, she doesn't really want she doesn't want to know anything from you guys when she gets into doing the
Yeah,
readings.
just ask your question without basically giving me the answer you want. I don't need to see you either. I can tell you what you look like. So just ask the question and I can give you the correspondence of it.
Well,
Can
that's
you
cool.
take a break? Can you take a break?
Oh, do you want to take a break?
Yeah, let's take a minute break if you don't mind.
Okay.
Okay.
No
I
problem.
need more coffee.
No problem.
I need coffee.
All right.
No problem whatsoever.
This has been a CARC Universal production.